Hey, good morning. BJ and Joe Ondo out and about on the Recumbents. Today is Sunday, and we're going to be evil children, and we're gonna see if we can work our way up to the Sacred Grounds Cafe. Right now we're on the Cheyenne Boulevard bike lane. And as you can see, they technically have it all blocked off, but since it's Sunday, well, there isn't any construction going on, so we're gonna stay to the safe side and use the trail as long, or the bike lane as long as we can. Yeah, we did this a couple weeks ago, but it was on a weekday, and everything was closed off in the upper part of the road once it passed 8th Street and it starts heading up to North Cheyenne Canyon City Park here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And we're hoping that since it's a Sunday, we can just kind of sneak by and see, you know, all the conditions. You can tell they're putting in new concrete for drainage and gutters, and so at least you know, figure we used to live here. This used to be the old Cheyenne Arms Apartments, now called the Estates, and basically, well, I lived and worked there. Joe was working for the Chevy dealer in town, and I was kind of their low-level handy guy, and I did all the watering. I watered all that lawn by hand, you know, starting at like 5 o'clock in the morning and trying to get done before 10. And yeah, it was a lot of work, but we lived there for a while. But now with the Colorado Springs getting insane as far as prices go, we probably couldn't even dream of affording living there anymore. I think we have about the cheapest apartment in Colorado Springs that's still decent. You know, we don't have any rats or cockroaches or, you know, a spider once in a while. Well, heck, everybody's gonna get that. Because as you can see, they've got the road closed off. But we're gonna go give it a try anyway, so we can see if they're doing the same thing up here, or if they're just messing around, what they're doing. And we figured on a Sunday we might be able to sneak by, unless they've you know, tore out the road itself. Now the whole secret is, don't know if the Sacred Grounds, that's sacred, G-R-O-U-N-D-S, like grounds, and it's a coffee shop with some, you know, you can get sandwiches and breakfast and pastries. You know, we usually, most of the time we get just iced tea, but sometimes we actually have the money and we get lunch. Joe's back there, and yeah, the only problem with this route is that this way it is all uphill, man. And it gets steeper and steeper as you get to the Starsmoore Center. It's kind of like the I guess you could almost call it a park ranger station for the North Cheyenne Canyon Park. And then you continue up North Cheyenne Canyon, up to Helen Hunt Falls, and then the old Gold Camp Road. That's a real favorite with mountain bikers, because it's all dirt. And you know us, we don't do dirt unless Well, either we're desperate to go someplace different, or we don't have any choice. So, but yeah. So we thought we'd try this one more time, see if we could figure out what in the world is going on. Because they had a lot of big stuff here, that, you know, like these big things to keep a ditch open, you know. Howdy. But as you can see, one nice thing about it is there's no car traffic. So that does make it kind of nice. It's too bad they're not widening the, you know, of course it'd be pretty hard to widen the road in most places because you'd be in people's driveway if you did. But yeah, this is where we got to last time, and like I said, this is where we got to last time. It's the best, but it was completely blocked off all the way across. Well, like I said, we were hoping for a Sunday we'd be able to sneak up here. Yeah, because they got the big ditch over there, so that usually means they're laying water pipe or sewer, you know, or gas or something. So they're doing something major here. And like I said last time, this is where it was all blocked off. Now you can see there's no block anymore. But we couldn't get over here. We tried. They had it, you know, they had trucks all the way across the road. So when they meant stay out, they meant stay out. So we're, like I said, don't think there's going to be any traffic. So it's like somebody really mutilated the bike. You know, these reflective poles are just plastic, but somebody came and just wiped a bunch of them out. Holy cow. I'm gonna have to report this. We have a computer program for the city called GoCOS. Well, COS stands for Colorado Springs Airport wise, and we're supposed to, you know, if there's trail damage or bike lane damage or something like that, you're supposed to report it. So I will report this, and don't know if it will really come to anything. Hole! Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So it looks like they've been going all the way down. But we're not gonna, like I said, the one nice thing about it is we don't have to worry about any traffic, because it usually gets pretty tense right here. You need to repave the whole street, really. It could use it badly. Yeah, like I said, they've massacred those bike lane, I don't know what they're called, restrictors, something like that. Okay. I don't know if this will read us, so we're just going to go. Now, we did it proper. We did what they, you know, because in Colorado they have oh, ouch, bump, another bump, sorry folks. They passed the Idaho stop law, and what that means is that a bicyclist or somebody on like a mobility scooter or something like that can actually come up to a stop sign, and if there's no traffic in the intersection, now that's the caveat, no traffic in the intersection and it's safe, you can treat that as a as a yield sign. Okay, now if it's a stop light like we had right there, we can treat it like a stop sign. So basically we come up to the intersection like we did. We stop, we looked around, no traffic in the intersection. Again, the caveat. And it was clear, so we went. So it was a total legal maneuver here in Colorado. Now, someplace else, it may not be, because I don't think it's passed in every state. But this just passed last year, I think. We haven't had it very long. Got a tourist bus coming up here. Lots of junk in the way. Yeah, I see it. Don't know whether that's an out-of-state company or you know, one of the locals. Because, you know, you can I wish I could remember the name of the company, but we have a big company here that you know, does the tourist buses, and they also do the buses every day up to almost every day all year long up to Cripple Creek. You know, of course, you guys know Cripple Creek, Colorado is a big gambling town, and they just put up a new 300-room French-style hotel, so they got places to stay now for sure, but I'm sure it's very pricey. But if we go up to Cripple Creek, we don't gamble. We little Honda gnomes, those are cute. We go up to Cripple Creek to well, to go out to dinner, to get away, and to see the melodrama at the Butte. That's not but, it's B-U-T-T-E, okay? The Butte Theater in Cripple Creek. They do excellent melodrama. Passing on your left, although very slowly. Have a good day.
You too.
Yeah, like I said, whatever we are, we're at a 3.5 as far as the grade of the bike lane here. Now, this has a bike lane almost all the way to Starsmoore, but not quite. It does have a bike lane all the way to, excuse me, I'm getting winded. It does have a bike lane all the way up here to the Sacred Grounds Cafe. I keep wanting you know, to get that right because I don't know the phone number or the email or any of that kind of stuff. And it's a really cool little place, but like I said, I don't know if their business has been choked off so bad that they may not be open. Although it does look like there's a car up there. Now, I did notice that if you take the Midland Trail up to 21st Street and you head south on 21st Street, now you know, there's no bike lane, so it's definitely at your own risk. You can access this Cheyenne Boulevard bike lane and bypass all that construction that we went through. So yeah, if you just got to get up here, this is the place. That's the way I'd say to do it. It's gonna be a little hairy on 21st Street because it's not the widest road, but you just kind of have to, you know, take your time and take the lane if you need it. Okay, here we are at the Sacred Grounds. I think we're gonna head up to the Starsmoore, and then we'll come back to the Sacred Grounds and get us some tea and decide whether we want to have an early lunch or an early snack. But that's the little restaurant right there. So yeah, so we're continuing up the canyon. Oh man, sorry about that. Missed a bump. Probably one of these, you know, the manhole covers. for utilities. Yeah, one thing bad I've discovered about my e-assist system, which is a 500 watt Bafang with 36 volt battery, 14 amp hour. But if you need to shift down, or no, shift up maybe. I think it's shift up. No, I think it's shift down. Yeah, not. I'll have to redo it again. But you have the level of the e-assist on more than 0 or 1. In fact, it'd be 0 because I tried to do it at 1 and it's still, you could hear the chain go snap, you know. Not a snap, but a click, hard click. And what that's doing is I don't know, it's like forcing it over when it shouldn't. It shouldn't need to be because I slowed down my pedaling, but it's weird. It's like it gets caught. Next time I do that, I'm not even going to try to slow down. I'm just going to pedal, you know, my speed and see if maybe it will pull the shift. Holes! Sorry, we had to warn Joe we had big holes over here in the road. Morning! Yeah, so we're almost to the Starsmoore Visitor Center. Yeah, this is the part of the road that does not have a bike lane. It looks like they added this, but that won't do us much good. Although it might. Now we'd have to come out. Oh, okay, we'd have to go up here, over there, over there, over there, over there, which we really don't need to do. Okay, stop, go. So we're gonna go up here to, like I said, the Starsmoore Visitor and Nature Center. Now, being Sunday, there's a chance they won't be open either. So, at least they tried to patch their parking lot a little bit. Yeah, it looks like there's nobody there. Yeah, it looks dark inside. Well, maybe not. I see lights. Well, I'm just gonna, you know what, we're just gonna park right here. Good place to park. If they're open, gotta go give them $1. Anytime we get up here, we do our best to contribute what little we can. Give you a little 360 here. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a real pretty creek over there. We don't have any idea what it is. Every time I think it's, I think this one's Cheyenne Creek because it's coming out of North Cheyenne Canyon. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to shut it off for now, and we will get back to you. Bye. Hey, we're back. Sorry about the fingers. Precarious position. Well, we went up to Starsmoore, and you'll see some pictures, and then Pull in, we got a car.
He's turning.
Oh, is he turning? Okay. You sure?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're good then. But yeah, we were gonna stop at Starsmoore, but you know, I was worried about their business. Well, I guess I shouldn't have been, because it was packed. Oh, suicide squirrel. I call them Sammy the Suicide Squirrel because they run right in front of you. I won't stop, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna hurt myself for a damn squirrel. I'm sorry, but when I look at a squirrel, all I see is a rat with a fuzzy tail. And if you really look at a squirrel and you take away the tail, guess what you got? You got a rat. Okay, so we're heading back down to Cheyenne Road in Nevada, and we'll either stop at Panera Bread, or we'll just have to get an iced tea at McDonald's, and they don't have any place for us to sit on the outside. And this is one of those McDonald's where you really can't get close. So yeah, we're back on the Cheyenne Boulevard bike lane. Howdy. And but it was nice to know that at least on a Sunday we could get back up there, get to the Starsmoore Center. You know, we couldn't do it on a weekday because there'd be, you know, construction. So excuse me. Yeah, if we were rich and could afford it, we'd go to Panino's.
Yeah.
Of course, it wouldn't be open for 45 minutes. Okay, well, there's no traffic, so we get back out here. Sorry about the weird angle, but I had to shift with the camera in hand. Get at least one more gear down. Okay. All right, now we're clear on this side at least. Until they, you know, switch sides, which I'm sure they'll probably do. Because, I mean, the curbing needs it. It probably hadn't been replaced in 20 or 30 or 50, probably 50 years. Or more. It's clouding up already, man. That's not good. Yeah, we were, you know, you can never trust the weather here because, you know, one cell phone weather station says it's going to start raining at 1, and the other one says 3, you know. I was really hoping for the 3, but it's looking more like it might be the 1. There can be only one. So yeah, that's a bummer. All right. Whew. Well, I got some different tires put on the front end. I went from the 100 psi 1.50 original Green Guard Marathons to the Big Apple balloon style tire, also made by the same company called I call them Schwab-Lee, but it's probably Schwabi or Schwab-Lee or something. They're French, or they're German rather. And yeah, and you know, because what they do is, because they're a balloon tire kind of thing, they you can run them a little lower pressure and they're a little wider and you get a softer ride. And since we don't have front suspension on these trikes, we have rear suspension, but we don't have front. So this guy's gonna give, yeah, he is. Okay, cool. But yeah, so it gives, you know, it gives you a little what they call passive suspension. You know, it's nowhere as good as an elastomer like we have on the rear, or better yet, a coil spring, or even better yet, you know, an air spring. But it does make a difference. The tires don't they don't drop as hard in heavy bumps, which is really great, you know, and big cracks. And it does give you a smoother ride, but you do sacrifice flat protection because they're only a level 4 flat protection, which is kind of a drag. You know, I'd rather have like, you know, 5 or 6. And the Big Bend tires are the same type of tire, but they are a 2.15 in width, and these Big Apples are only a 2.0. And sadly, our fenders will only, our maximum width on our fenders is only the older 2.0. So we had to go with the Big Apples instead of the Big Bends. But it just means I may have to fix a flat more often. So, okay. They got major construction right here too. Oh shit. Okay. Kick it down. Yeah, they're redoing this whole area here. This is the I-25 Tejon Street intersection, and like I said, they're going to redo it completely. Sadly, we normally have at least a small bike lane, but we don't have that today, so we kind of have to do it the hard way, which is what we call play with traffic, which we do not like to do unless they give us no choice like that. Okay, now we can get, oh fuck. Yeah, I blew it, I'm sorry, fuck off. There, read it. Thought I could make it. Joe's gonna get stopped in traffic. Well, from here on, you know, it's pretty boring. It's just bike lane and stuff, so I think we're gonna go ahead and shut her down, and we'll get back to you later. Sorry about that, but that's just the way it is with all this weird ass construction going on. All right, bye for now, folks. Okay, I got 50% left. All right, we're back. We basically continued through downtown Colorado Springs, which is a bit on the boring side. And then we picked up Shook's Run Trail, which we've done, you know, so many times. Thought you guys might be a little sick of it. But we decided to be dumb and push the weather a little bit, because so far the clouds have been, they've come over, but they haven't been thick, nasty looking rain clouds yet. Some of them are a little dark, but not really all that bad. They're still thin, so we thought we'd jump on the Rock Island Trail heading east, and go out to Murray, because they're supposed to be rebuilding the intersection to where it will actually have a crossing light, you know, for pedestrians and bicyclists, and it includes us trike riders. We may be third class, but that's all right. We just try harder. But yeah, so we're so like I said, we're just we picked up the newer section of the Rock Island Trail, and now we got to go on the two older sections on the Rock Island Trail, and then we pick up another concrete section, and the trail is concrete all the way to the north till it's ending at Powers, just before Powers Boulevard and little cul-de-sac. That's where its current ending is. We got a family up above us. We got 2 adults and 2 kids, but the one little girl here, I think she's got her she's afraid to change her gears, you know, so she's got herself stuck in a really easy gear, so she's having to pedal herself silly to I'm gonna back off one here. Oh, I got an upright trike. Don't see those very often. Howdy. Yeah, it's a good looking upright trike. Let the family go here first. See if we can kind of jump on their tail here. I have to get my... Ah, well, that worked good. Now, we've been told that at that intersection they're going to do some updating too, and they're going to do like they did up here at Paseo. They're going to put in a little what they call a safety or a center island. That way, you know, if you get one person, you know, on one side of the road to stop for you, but you can tell the other person isn't going to stop, then you've got the little concrete island in the middle of the road that you can wait for the person who should stop but isn't going to go by safely. Yeah, one thing I was going to warn you, well, not really warn, but just kind of let you all know, if if your bike's not e-assisted, or your trike rather, sorry, is not e-assisted, and you're looking at doing it, and you're looking at installing a inline, you know, which is where the motor is up front, like mine is. That little black lump on the front is my motor. You do have to keep at least one hand on the handlebars if you run into a really rough surface, because don't know why, but it seems like any time that they've added e-assist, that howdy. Howdy. To a trike, it causes a minor imbalance. Howdy. And I've noticed on mine, I thought it was any time, but I found if the pavement is smooth, it won't do that. It'll stay straight. But you hit a bump like this one, and there it goes. See, she went into a wobble. So just yeah, just kind of an FYI, if you you know, let off and it starts to wobble, just you know, lightly grab the bar and it will stop it. Joe doesn't have that problem right now because she has a rear wheel motor, and Tell him to go ahead, Joe. Somebody behind you, tell him to go ahead. We're slow. You got it made. But yeah, like I said, we're just gonna go up as far as Murray Boulevard and check out that new intersection. Then we'll probably head slowly towards home. Have to see, you know, kind of see how the clouds break for us. Right now they're thin, you know, they're not really nasty looking clouds, so that means we're usually pretty safe. Yeah, once we get up to the Murray intersection, that will end the video up there, because we'll just be coming back the same trail we're heading up. Well, I hope you enjoyed our last video. On that one, I tried not to talk too much, so we could run some music. But now we're back to, I'm gabbing at you all the time. So every once in a while, I'll throw in one of the, I'll call it a music video, and give you guys a break from all my yakking. Now once we get up to Union here, we get back on the concrete trail. These are the only two sections of this trail, you know, from where it starts all the way to where it currently ends, that are still the old asphalt. This one here, at least, the city came and put some crack sealer in the really bad cracks, because they were awful, and then put a layer or two of sealant on top of it. Now this won't last forever. Eventually this stuff will go back to the way it was, with the big huge 2 or 3 inch wide, 2 to 3 inch deep cracks all the way across it. But they are very close to finishing the Rock Island Connector Trail that will connect Rock Island and Shook's Run both to the Pikes Peak Greenway. And so we're hoping when they get done with that one, they'll decide to do one of these two older sections at least and turn it to concrete. The Templeton Gap to Paseo would be the shorter of the two, so that's probably what they'll do, especially if they go ahead and you know, put that island, that safety island or center island, into the street. That would be a good time to do Templeton Gap up to Paseo. Yeah, like I said, we're on the Rock Island Trail. I have noticed it's pretty funny, because seems like several states have a Rock Island Trail. Although that makes sense, because, you know, the Rock Island went from, oh, where'd it go? I'm pretty sure it went from Chicago to Los Angeles, you know, in the 50s and the 60s, even into the early 70s, I think. And then they shut it down. So, so there's, you know, bound to be a chunk of the Rock Island Railroad line in several states. I know of at least 3 other I can't remember where they all are, but I know of at least 3 other Rock Island trails besides ours. Now this would have been, really honest, the only really main railroad line through, you know, in Colorado Springs, because Shook's Run is technically a rail trail, but it was a small gauge. Basically, they, you know, because it basically goes down straight downtown. Howdy. And so what they did was they had a stop, I guess, and they pulled off, you know, probably supplies and that kind of thing. Or maybe some, I don't know if they did any passengers or not, but probably supplies. And then took it straight downtown on the Shook's Run line, which is now the Shook's Run Trail. And then the Midland Trail, which heads west from downtown. That one there, I think, was another, what they call a shorter and narrow gauge. Because that trail, that train, all that did, although it might have taken some passengers up to Cripple Creek and Victor, because the gold mines of the day, but mainly it was for bringing the, you know, the rock with the gold in it down to Colorado Springs to be melted at the smelter, yeah, S-M-E-L-T-E-R, I think, smelter plants, because they didn't have room in Cripple Creek for the smelter plants. And, you know, they didn't do like they do now. They use, you know, they use acid. They don't use smelters much anymore. And I guess the acid eat away the rock, but it won't eat away the gold. So I shifted up one too soon. I always forget about this little bit of hill here. Thank you. Yeah, one thing I noticed about the e-bike riders, they all ride fast, man. You know, here we've got e-assist, and yet, you know, we're going like 6.5 miles an hour, you know. And that's just fine. We're not in a hurry, so. But it does seem that the people on e-bicycles, you know, the two-wheelers, are always in a big hurry. We really try not to hurry when we're riding. You know, we hurry through our whole lives, you know, everybody does that. You know, here, there, everywhere, you know. Gotta get there, gotta get here, blah, blah, blah. So when we get on the trikes, unless we've got like a, howdy? Unless we've got like a service appointment at Angletech, our recumbent trike store and service center, www.cycledifferent.com. That's their website. Good people, extremely knowledgeable when it comes to trikes and setting up trikes for the disadvantaged people, physically disadvantaged, and even some lightly mental disadvantaged people, you know. It's amazing that, to me, that they've got people that, you know, they either can't walk or they can barely walk, but they can ride a trike. And some of them are immensely strong. We know 2 of them. I don't know Dan's last name, but he's the owner of Spokes Fighting Strokes, you know, like heart strokes, you know. And he had, you know, just a terrible, you know, really bad stroke. And you know, he has speech problems, and they told him he'd never be able to walk. And he walks. He doesn't walk real good, but he walks. But boy, can he ride a trike. He put me in the ground. I mean, the only way at all, you know, I can match him is to, you know, use the assist. He doesn't need it. Of course, he does ride a Cat Trike 700. That's a racing trike. Okay, that's not a go slow recreational trike like ours are. Joe's Trice T is meant to be a pure touring bike. Trike. And mine, I call it a sport tourer. It's not the sporty one because right now the Ice's hot rod is the VTX. VTX. You know, carbon wheels, carbon brakes. I think the body's still aluminum, but you know, lots of carbon fiber stuff. Super light, unbelievably high-end components. Very, 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 very expensive. And the only reason that Joe and I ride ice trikes is because, to be honest with you, we got them used at Angletech, of course. And they're one of the few dealers that refurbishes used trikes, you know, to make them more affordable. Because a lot of dealers won't do that, which is a real shame, because a lot more people could get into trikes if you know, if a lot more of the dealers were willing to do that. Because I'll be honest with you, Joe and I could not afford a new trike. You know, I mean, maybe an extremely basic one, you know, like a, what is that? Oh, I can't think of the name of the bottom line Terra trike. But, you know, you're talking about, it's only like a 7 or 8 speed. And, you know, it doesn't have an e-assist motor. Because the most inexpensive e-assist motor trike is the Terra Trike Charge. And that's $3,300. Hello! Hey. There's another trike. You can tell it's rained because they've closed off the little tunnel down under Circle Drive here. Oh yeah, it's full of water. Electric skateboard. I wish these young guys and gals that ride those things would at least remember to, you know, say passing on your left. Okay, I'm gonna flip you back here to look at Joe, so you don't have to stare at traffic. Oh, that's a weird wrap. There's an SUV with a, you know, a body wrap. That it was all, you know, like ink circles, you know. Pretty strange looking. But yeah, so we're, like I said, we're just going as far as Murray Boulevard and check on that new intersection. Come on, lady. You're fine. You're good. Thank you. Passing, but not for long. We've been playing rubber band with that gentleman on the bicycle for quite a few miles, it seems like. Ever since Shook's Run, we got on to Shook's Run. Howdy. Hello. Now, see, yeah, to give you an idea, okay? Now, no hands, and see, as long as the pavement's smooth, I'm fine. You can even hit light bumps, you know, like, you know, the cuts in the concrete and stuff. Yeah, like I said, no hands. but when you hit a medium bump, you're going to get a wobble, and she can wobble pretty good. And like I said, that just seems to be a trait with trikes that add add an inline motor. Just that little bit of weight on the front end, seems to cause that. But like I said, all you gotta do is touch you don't have to grab it, just touch your bar. One hand, she'll smooth right out. Just got to remember, if you're bumping along, you got to keep a hand on your bars, man. That's just all there's to it. I guess that's the sacrifice for having the inline assist. Although it's pretty funny, because to be honest with you, I hadn't actually planned on getting an inline. When he was talking to me to begin with, he was talking to me about a Bafang rear hub motor. So I thought that's what I was getting, because this is a system that Angletech actually just built for me out of basically stuff they had left over, because they don't do 36 volts anymore. They do 48 or 52, which makes sense because you get more out of it for not that much more money. It's a bit more money, but not that much more. And so they had, they had a couple of the older 36 volt systems from Bafang laying around, but I guess the rear hub motor they had, when he was working, it had kind of a problem. So they used one of the inlines that they had, because they bought a couple of, when late 2020, early 2021, they bought a couple of the older 36 volt systems just to have an assist system, in stock, because parts and accessories were extremely hard to get in the middle of the in the middle of COVID, the worst part of the COVID-19 epidemic, so, and they had these left over because when stuff started flowing again, they went back to 48 volt and 52 volt systems. I let Jo in front because she's gonna go grab that light for me, because I got the camera. I can't do it. I can't hold all this stuff. So, plus two, this one here has a really crappy as you can see, she has to go all the way over there just to hit the button, and then she'll have to back up, and so now we have to wait for our signal. Even though the street light is green, the crossing is not. It's got the red hand of death, and so we won't cross it, because there's a reason. If you cross during the red hand of death and get hit by a car, guess whose fault it is? Yours. Not the cars. It's yours. Because you were not crossing when you should. You did not have a legal right to cross at that time. So remember that when you want to get in a hurry. And well, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down because I don't want to run out before we get there. So, all right, we'll get back to you. Okay, we're back. Now we're heading for Murray Street. We just crossed Academy Boulevard. You know, one of them big ugly. Sorry, I got grasshoppers on me. Yeah, I know they won't hurt you, but and they feel really creepy, crawling on you, you know. Until it's starting to get later in the summer, because their numbers have dwindled some. This particular trail, the Rock Island, seems to have a lot more than, say, like Shook's Run. Yeah, that way down there is, well, I've heard people call it the Canal Trail, because it goes right by the canal, irrigation canal, or you know, drainage canal rather. And I've also heard it called Homestead Trail South. Homestead Trail is probably the most neglected trail in the whole city, because it's not connected barely at all. You really have to know exactly where to pick it up. It's like for us, we have to go up Academy Boulevard there and then cross over, I can't think of the name of the street, but then we have to get on a back street, and then we have to get on this little dirt, weed infested real small drainage canal way, and find our way over to a park, and then pick up the trail from there, which is really strange, because we literally have to, once we get to the park, we literally have to backtrack, you know, on the trail for quite a bit, and then it starts heading north. And I don't know what the problem is, you know, why they won't connect that up, you know, because man, it would be great, because there's a piece of it that goes all the way and hooks in with the Cottonwood Creek Trail up at the Cottonwood Regional Park. So, you know, if they did that, oh man, you'd have a fantastic looper, you know, loop trail. I call them loopers. A loop trail, basically, you know, you could, you know, we could come up the Rock Island, pick up the Homestead Trail north, and take that all the way, and I mean way over to the Cottonwood Creek. I don't know if it's Cottonwood Regional Park or Cottonwood Creek Regional Park. I honestly don't know. Now you can see some of the cement work here. This is definitely different. But like I said, eventually they're supposed to have a, they took out a chunk of sidewalk though. But eventually they're supposed to have an actual cross light here. Well, we're just gonna kind of, oh, I shouldn't have stopped. Oh, I gotta stop now. We're gonna try to spin around. I'm gonna try to spin around and hit that, but I'm just gonna wait for these cars to go by. Now, see, this is one of the reasons that we need a light here. Because as you can see, nobody has stopped. Okay, so we're gonna do a big spin here, and I hope I can do this. Oh, I ain't gonna make it, darn it. Joe probably will, but I'm gonna have to back up. Like I said, I just don't have the, she's not gonna make it either. Almost though, she was close. It's a little hairy here when you're trying to go backwards up a hill. Okay, come on. Yeah, I have clip-in shoes. Sometimes they don't like to clip in. Okay, but yeah, that's the starting, so they haven't gotten very far. So now we're heading back on the Rock Island Trail. Yeah, if it was if we could trust the weather a little more, as you can see, it's starting to gray up here. Although so far they're pretty thin looking clouds. They don't look like the type that would rain all over you really hard. You know, you might get a light rain out of them, but not a real hard rain. So, and the other day when we went up for, well, Friday, we went up to Angletech for a service, and boy, we got caught in the yuck. It was just this thick, wet mist and fog. I mean, it was soggy fog. Okay? I mean, that's what it was, man. It was soggy fog. And luckily we carry, you know, I hope we put them back in the bike.
I put them in.
Ah, bless your heart. But we carry full rain gear, you know, pants and jacket. The shoes and feet get wet, and the hands and gloves get wet. So we need to pick up. It's really hard to find the footies anymore. They used to make the footies, you know, for the rain suit footies. You just, you know, tie it up, cover your feet. But they don't make those anymore. You kind of have to go out to like a motorcycle shop and get boot covers. That's about the closest thing they make anymore. And then, you know, for gloves, I mean, you can either buy waterproof gloves, or you can do what we do and pick up a set of oversized, you know, Playtex gloves, you know, for like washing dishes and stuff. And but make sure you get them one size bigger than you wear, because that way you can cover your you know, whatever gloves you're wearing, except for maybe winter gloves, because winter gloves are thicker. But my winter gloves are supposed to be waterproof. I've never tested them. And Joe's are supposed to be water resistant because they have a thin-insulator layer in them. But who knows? Water resistant means they won't last long. That's what it means in the rain. Okay. Well, like I said, this is going to be the end of the video for today. So just remember, it's enough to be on your way. It's enough just to cover ground. It's enough to be moving on. All right. Thanks for watching. Big thanks to our subscribers. And please like and share and click on the you know, our video to anybody you want. And also, hey, remember to click on the bell logo on the actual site, you know, the YouTube site itself, and then you can be notified of when our next video releases. All right. So for now, BJ and Joe Ondo out and about on the recumbents. Hopefully we won't get rained on. Out. Till next time, happy trails.